Okay, so when I was young, I used to hang out with less than reputable people. And one day we were all passing around a bottle of vodka and a fight broke out. And the police were called. My buddy's arrest bracelet went off and I almost got a DUI that day. And do you ever feel like you've ever made decisions in your life that were less than reputable and maybe some bad memories? Kevin Friend once said, "Many mistakes in my life were made while trying to look cool, as were ironically my failures." I agree with this statement because we've all tried to look cool in our life, especially when we were young. Like, looking cool was our top priority, you know what I mean? So tonight I'm going to talk about 3 people who have made mistakes in their lives and how it was possibly their biggest failure and how, they bounced back from it. So for my first point, I'm going to talk about General George S. Patton. And for those of you who don't know, George Patton was the leader of the Western Fleet, the Western Allies in World War II. And one day he was around his superior officers talking to a private who was crying and wanted to go home from the war. Well, his first thought was to slap this private in the face in front of his superior officers, and it cost him his position in the war, and he was sent back to the United States, where he eventually played a bigger role in the war. But it was probably the biggest mistake of his career because he almost lost rank and lost a lot of face over the ordeal. And for my second point, I want to talk about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, as you all know, is from the great state of Mississippi. He's the quarterback for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And Dak recently just got a DUI. Now look, we've all had problems, we've all been there, right? So what Dak did is he got on Facebook and he apologized to tens of thousands of fans all over the world and all over the state of Mississippi. And it was right before the NFL draft, so this was probably the biggest mistake of his career. He just wanted to be cool and party, and it just didn't work out for him. But he was eventually forgiven, and he's now about to play for the Dallas Cowboys. He just got drafted. So for my third and final point, I want to talk about Tiger Woods. Now, come on, you all know about Tiger, right? So, as you know, Tiger is one of the greatest golfers to ever live. I actually met him for 15 minutes, got a lesson from him. Really nice guy, but he, thought it would be cool to cheat on his wife and play around with some prescription medications, and it almost cost him his career. Basically did cost him his career, and a lot of media and some sponsors. And he got back and apologized on live television, as you all know, and he worked whatever out with his wife, but it cost him his career. He's never been the same since, and he's not the greatest golfer in the world, or even the next to best golfer in the world. So many mistakes in my life were made trying to look cool, as I were, ironically, my failures were, where is it? Trying to look cool, as were ironically my failures. So tonight I've talked about 3 major people that we all know that have made massive mistakes in their lives that almost possibly cost them their careers. And so I urge you tonight to think about the person that you want to be, the person that you can become, and just remember to be yourself. Thank you.